Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's subject, we are talking about making a billet head for the Rovan 71cc cylinder. Okay, as you've seen before, these billet heads you can buy on eBay. They're off their bicycle with the motors in them. Okay, actually two samples here. Okay, this is one which I got on one of my 5Bs, 70 with the 71 in it. Okay, as you can see, the good thing about it, I don't have to take the roll cage off or anything. If I need to get at the motor and have a look inside, I can unbolt the cylinder head and take it off and have a sticky nose down what's going on. Excellent. So that's the beauty about having a billet head that you can unbolt and all. Okay. There's your standard one, which is this one here. It's actually got a big CC chamber on it. Okay. So that you can see what sort of work, what you got to do to get it fit onto a 71. You got to do a bit of machining. The CC on this chamber, which I found out ages back, is actually too small. Okay, so you won't get on pipe straight away. There's not enough combustion chamber for it to ignite the fuel properly. And yeah, and that's what the problems what I was having. So I worked it out and did some more machining. Then all problems solved. Okay, so yeah. This is a bigger version you can buy on eBay from China. Took me about 2 months or whatever to get it here. It's bigger. Yes, it's got more cooling. Okay, I did stuff this one up a bit, but anyway, it's just the way it is. You learn from your mistakes, and yeah, it still works and all that. I just got to put a couple washer, which I have, pull the spark plug back. Now, I decide to make my own billet head. Okay, I just had a large, big piece of aluminium billet lying around, and a little bit bored, a bit of time up my sleeve, so I started making one up at work in my spare time. As you see, I might make the chamber a bit more bigger. Okay, so it was actually a square piece. Then I did the PCD, which is exactly the same as on the Rovan casing. Okay, because that's the problem with these ones. They've got an 8mm hole or 9mm hole, whatever, and between centre to centre, 45mm. It's not quite right. Okay, so yeah, they go on, but yeah, the whole idea at the end of the day, I just want to run a 6mm head studs. Okay, I don't want this putting a bolt down to go in your casing. You don't get the proper clamping on your head gasket. Okay, studs is always the way to go. It puts the pressure exactly on the gasket properly. Alright, so as you see, machined it to diameter. Actually, it's about 3-4 mils bigger than this one. Yeah, and it's going to be a lot bigger. As you see, the difference in size It's going to be a lot higher. That's the way I want it. Whoops. So you can see the difference in height wise. So I'm actually going for maximum cooling. I'm building up another 5T with a Rovan 71, and I'll be running one of these 10 chase copy cages. We'll not run the roll cages that I run in the 5Bs. So this allowed me to have the head up a lot higher. Okay, so the major work's done. It's basically now I use a 3mm parting tool to do all the fins. I just got to calculate it out, space, do it on a manual load. So it's going to be massive. Yeah, so I don't have to run the plastic shroud up top. Just be enough to keep this motor cool. I will be running a reed setup on the cylinder. I've got two different styles still. I'll probably go to my original one. So it'll be reed extra transfer port or boost port. Okay, yeah, clean up the exhaust port, just change the mapping, intake timing. Yeah, it should be a pretty well go. Now the reason I'm doing a fourth one is basically with this cage set up. I did the pipe for someone ages ago. I just did by eye what I saw that what the pipe should fit in, but this time I want to make sure I'm building the pipe that it's going to fit in there properly to run the temp chase cage. I've got a guy in Canada, he wants to get a pipe off me, so in a few weeks time he'll get one off me, and this way I'll make sure that the pipe's going to fit underneath that cage, and that way, you know, if I need to make more, so otherwise I've got to make two, one for myself and one for this guy in Canada. And I know 100% is going to fit under his 5SC body. Right, so yeah, all good. So I've got all the parts to build another engine. As you saw in my last video, yeah, don't fire it up if you buy a brand new engine. Pull the cylinder off and have a look down inside first. You'll find it be dirty, and they do pre-start them in the factory. So if there's any rubbish in there, you're probably ball scratch, whatever. 100% you must pull it apart. Right, do not fire that engine up. Alright, well, there's a problem there, take it back to whoever you got it from and say, mate, this is the problem. Okay, just check my videos out. I'll show you step by step what you got to do. My hobby supplier, Hobby Direct in Australia, it's the biggest supplier in Australia. They even have parts that you guys don't have. Okay, what Rovan makes. So they were really good. I spent a lot of money with them, so they look after me. So all good guys. So anyway, apart from that, 5T, 5B with the max bigger long swing arms. Got around to make the turnbuckle. Okay, I got rid of the steel ones, put the rose joints on. Okay, so all good there. So basically what I do is, I've got to make the dog bones up at the back. Haven't got around. I've been working 7 days a week for the last 4 weeks. This the cost of living is just skyrocket. So yeah, unbelievable. So you know, these things cost a lot of money to do. They're not cheap. I understand, you know, You've got to work harder. Yeah, so we're getting there. See, fires up. I've got to repolish the pipe again. I've got a bit of surface rust on them, so I rubbed it back a bit and polish it back up again. Yeah, we're nearly there. So I'll make it this Easter. Easter's coming up to actually take all these 3 of them for out in the oval, take a spin and see how they really go. Send them all, type thing. Yeah, I'll make sure I do. You know, I've been saying for a while. The next videos that they'll be running, so you can see what they actually do. So apart from that, got me 5T going with the Taylor RCMax motor in it. Well, I actually fired it up last week. I never fired it. No, I owned it for now a few months now. I've never fired it up. I brought it off a guy. He'd only done 5 minutes running time. I've done 2 hit cycles on it. Now I'm just one of those person. Make sure everything functions properly before you take it out in the field, because this one hell of a machine. The power output is, yeah, I can't wait to run it. It is loud. It's actually slightly louder than the Rovan engines, the 71s. A few teething problems sort out. Probably another video that I've got to do, explain to you guys. It's if and buts of, you know, what you got to do to overcome a lot of problems. Okay, so with me 5B, right, and run the UDLs or whatever, Taylor big dog bones. I don't have a problem set up on this 5B because I don't have any binding issues. I can run a bit more angle on the swing arms. I don't need limit straps on these. The upright brace for the shock is the perfect one to have for your right. It's to set the angle on the swing arms. There's no adjustments. So that Pro Space kit you buy, that's the right length. Go in there. The 2 other different sizes you get, no, they're no good. They do nothing, especially with these uprights, hub uprights. Yeah, that is the perfect size. I think it's yeah, that one's perfect. The other 2 different sizes you get, waste of time, doing nothing. Now, anyway, coming back, I have no problem, no snagging issues. Puts the shocks and swing arms in the right way, and I got play. The problem with the 5T with the Supreme engine, I still got a slight problem with it. Now, this is running limit straps on them. The reason is you can't run that Taylor shock brace on the Team Chase cage, and they recommend to run this type one, which is a nice piece, but your shocks are in a different position, and because they sit down more, you got bonding issues with the UDL dog bones. Okay. I do not like the limit straps. The way I'm getting around it is get it right where it is, where they're not binding. When I turn the wheels, I shouldn't have a problem. You see the right hand side, when I turn it, it bumps up a bit, so just it's binding inside the cup. Now, I can explain what it is and what the problem is. I even gone that much trouble taking that big cup out. I actually machined a little bit off. I thought I'd totally solved the problem. Then I had to put a spacer on the other side, slight spacer, shim it, and yeah, but it's worse before. And the way it was before, like I said, there's the other sizes, you know, and then you run the nut. Just really, I'll have to make my own spacers. I'll just probably measure up the other ones. Now, I'm pretty sure it's the outboard cups. I had these issues before. They were actually binding. Mike from RCMAx, he sent me out another set of cups. I think these are the ones that's got an issue. Now, he said, and other people had the same problem. He said it's heat growth. It's what's causing the issue. I'm sorry, but that's not the issue. I've done heat treating for over 10 years, making axles for cars, inboard axles, differentials, do heat treating, machining. You heat treat something to harden it, you actually, it'll shrink. Right, so there's no heat growth. They just haven't machined it properly in tolerance to allow for the heat treat. They probably machined it not enough. When they heat treat, it didn't shrink, and that's what's causing your pins to catch. Now they make it so your pins are floating now in the dog bones. Okay, you make sure you got some nice slippery lubrication in those pins, because they don't really slide as they are. Right, so what the problem is, what they've got to do inside the cups, like they're slotted, but in the back piece in the middle, they need to slot it out in that section there. That's where the problem is. Okay, so you know, you want your wheels up and down. You don't want them that way. You can get it that way, that's good, but it's not going to happen. These dog bones won't let you do it. Now, you find for your barges, if you ever run the stock plastic ones, it's got the 3 different toe-ins set up, you never have a problem with them. Problem is they're not strong enough. Right, because you're going bigger motor, bigger power and everything, and you're going to run these uprights. They're set up, and you've got to be spot on. Don't get it spot on, you have a bonding issue, which I've seen a video with a 0088cc or whatever, a Taylor engine or whatever. It smashed the hub, broke the wheel off, the rubber come off, and the hub was broken in half. This could have been too much power, or if you have a bind issue and you've got that much power going through, something's going to give. You can actually have a lock up and can smash a upright hub and break the wheel just like that. If you've got an instant something stopping it straight away, unloaded power. But anyway guys, yeah, I fired it up, done 2 heat cycles, only got a little bit to go. Put the kill switch system. I tried to put a cheaper one and it's faulty, so I put an Aussie made kill switch system. It's working. Yeah, what a lot of hassle on that. Still got to flip this choke lever over to that way, because you can't flip it over, it'll hit the cap. That's another issue. When you're running these bonehead wheelie bars, I haven't seen people, in other words, put the 10 chase cage on. Well, they must be cutting it off real flush back then, lucky to get the pin in. What I've done on mine, because that bracket is stainless steel, I actually milled that section out. That allowed me the cage to go right in. Don't trim anything and put the clips in. So yeah, that's what you got to do, guys. Apart from that, so I'm building the fourth one up, doing the 5T with the 71 with the 10 chase cage, and setting my pipes up in that way I know what fits and what don't. Make one for myself and make a couple spare. Yeah, so the reason I want to do that, because that way you can take the cage off, and just like the Taylor engine, you can get out everything, take the head off and all that, and the motor's easy to take out. With a 5B, it's a bit of a headache, especially if you've got a stock motor. You know, you put that cage on, yeah, it doesn't want to come out. It's a little bit more work mucking around wise, so all good there. So anyway, guys, that's about it. Any questions, fire away. See you next time.